Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 4th down.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
12.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now Mayfield. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Back there to that Philly. Here we go. Over.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This is caught. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They run. It's Johnson fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is recovered by the Chargers. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
4, 0, 380. Hey, go orange. Orange.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And they work this out past the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Keep it skinny. Keep it skinny. Hey.
Delay of game, offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Second down, Rivers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Hey, go orange.
3rd and long for Rivers. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Donnie Jones now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking it about the 36. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
Yeah, he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Drops it off for Chubb. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and get a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. First down, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Mayfield now on 2nd down. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it with Johnson. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, as the first half is winding down, and the Browns add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, Rocket. Hey, hot.
On 1st and 10, Rivers steps away to his left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Set. 380.
Final play of the half, Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams, as time expires in the first half. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So we come upon half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Maybe a free play here for Rivers. Rolling to his right. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides.
Okay.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Being chased out left. Going deep for Benjamin. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage. And that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long.
Keep it skinny. Set. 390. Alpha. Hey, left. Hey.
Rivers. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Mayfield to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The 20. Oh, and now he bowls him over. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it, for them to get downfield that quickly? And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll give it to Chubb. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo Wall. Stay there. Stay there.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. He gets away from one. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on 2nd down. Rivers. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offside.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense.
Hey, left. Right, keep it skinny.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check butt sit. Alpha. Q. Hey. White.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. 30. 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Mayfield on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 35. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Two-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Rivers now over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 30 leads to a touchdown.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw the...
Yeah, he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Denzel Perryman not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Over.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game, and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Hey, go orange. Orange.
Throwing, Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Rivers to Benjamin. Good for the Charger 1st down.
Red.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Broken tackle. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Hurry up!
Travis Carey there to make the tackle. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. That's Njoku over the middle, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. They got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some